G'day and welcome back to the channel. I've been busy over the weekend with the success of our calculated teams. I've done a bit of a refresh on the website, so you can see the new homepage. We've got a bit of a grouping going on. So we've just got our information reference tools up the top. So we've got our Pokedex, which contains the full roster, all the stats, types, speed tiers, abilities, items, and moves. And yeah, we've got our coverage calculator, which has our full roster leaderboard showing the top 4 move coverage. So they're available in the nav bar at the top. You can also click on the cards to navigate to the page. I've grouped our team tools. So we've got our team builder, our team draft, and our new team calculator, which is what I will use this session to go through the new team edition. And then, yeah, we've got our stat point calculators. So we've got our generic and specific calculators there. So they're available via the navbar dropdown. We've also got a link to our YouTube channel and a donate page. If you would like to donate, it would surely help support running the website and generating the content. So then, yes, if we look at our team tools, so we've got our existing team builder, our team draft, and our new team calculator. So let's have a look. And what you'll see is it loads just straight into the page. It gives it information of how the teams are built. So if you're unfamiliar and you haven't watched the video, you can select this drop down and it just shows you that this is a team where every immunable type has 1 immune and 1 resist. Every other type has 2 resists, and every type must be hit super effectively by at least 1 team member. And you've got a link there to watch the full explanation. So that should take you to the YouTube video if you want to watch the full breakdown of that. And then within that, we've got our team calculation doc in the description, which you can click on, and that should load up the Google Doc on the calculating Pokemon teams. So all the information's there for review. We've also got 2 modes. So the default mode is including abilities. So this is using all the existing Pokemon champions roster and abilities to calculate these teams. So we've got our max super resist, max resist, our min total, our min weak, and our min super weak. And you can all open these up in team builders. Where there are more than 1 options available, you'll get a drop down. So say, Water Fairy meets the requirements for this team. You've got 4 options there. So you can go with Primarina or either of the 2 Azumarils. These ones where they add an extra point onto resistance, they'll default. But that's not to say that you could change to, a different ability if you wanted to. So then we've got our Steel Ground. So again, we've got our Steel Ground options in the format. There's no other Pokemon that has this type combination. And then say our Grass Dragon. So you can go through and update these if you want to. You can add a Mega, or if you're already running a Mega and you don't want to, you can swap to Whimsicott in this scenario. And then if we click our exclude abilities, so you can see here there's a tooltip. So this removes ability modifiers from the solver. So all Pokemon are evaluated on base typing only, which is useful to see which type combinations are optimal without relying on ability boosts like Levitate or Thick Fat. So if you select this, again, it's the same format, but yeah, it's got different results because we're not using any abilities to impact our type combinations. So you can see here we've got Empoleon, and if we were to have a look, so let's say we pick Solid Rock, we've got Pangoro, we can put Pidgeot Mega or Toucannon. And then we can come down here, we've got our Ghost Fires, so we've got some options there for Ghost Fires, again, whether you want to use a Mega or not. And again, see these will add, immunity to fire, but that's not to say that you need to use them. So you put Ceruledge in there, and then Mega Meganium, and then you can just open that straight in the team builder, and it will load these out, and you can see. So without abilities, this is the maximum amount of resistance fields that you can achieve. Again, giving all the criteria, making sure that we are immune to normal. That is an additional immunity from the Serral Edge again, which you can change. So if you want to go weak armor, just changes that to a resistance. We've got our ground immunity to electric. We've got our steel immunity to poison, and our dark immunity to psychic. And then, yeah, we're making sure that we've got other resists as well, whilst also offensively making sure that we hit all the different types super effectively, at least with something. So it will restrict the types of teams it can generate, just as a note, because it will need to have a ground type to cover electric. It will need a fighting type to cover normal. So you can see where there are going to be mandatory inclusions, but again, it's just as a tool for inspiration. So we can see if we come down, we can look at our max resist team. So this was the team that piqued our interest last week. You can see, we went with Excadrill, we had Tyranitar as an alternative. We could have put Tyranitar Mega in there. We've got our Aegislash. We went with Pidgeot Mega for Tailwind, but you could just as easily, put Toucannon or, something else in the team. We've got our Water Fighting, which we went with Quaquaval, which we could also play test with the Aqua Taurus Paldea. And we've got, again, our Grass Fairy. So, again, we can pick either Whimsicott or Mega Meganium. So, depending what you want to do, we went with this team here. We went with Quaquaval. So, again, you can open that in Team Builder. And if you want to see what that team looked like at the end with all the moves and stats, I'll link that video at the end. And I'll also link the video to the team calculations. So you can watch that after this to get a better understanding of, what went into, mathematically calculating these teams. And yeah, we've got a few teams to try out, a few different variants of the teams to try out. So if something there piques your interest, definitely leave a comment in the comments below and we can look at, developing on a team. I was having a look at this Min Super Weak team and I'm kind of interested in the Min Weak team because we can put Excadrill here. We've got Rotom Fan. So yeah, we're trying to get the electric flying in. So maybe we can try a Rotom Fan. We got a Water Fairy, so we're always sticking with Primarina. Maybe this is the time to do an Azumarill, and then we've got our Fire Ghost, so maybe we can try Skeledirge here as well. So if we have a look at this, this is trying to minimize the super weakness, which is the ×4 weakness. So if we open that up, we still see a Masquerada here with our -4 times weakness to Bug, but again, the solver has tried to meet all of the other criteria of having immunities, having resistances, and having that offensive coverage across the board. So that's the team calculator that's been added over the weekend. If you have any feedback, definitely leave that in the comments below. If you'd like to see a team built out, leave it in the comments below, and we'll build a team and see how it goes on the rank ladder. Otherwise, have a play, be inspired. It is just meant to, inspire creativity, give you some ideas for some type combinations that, maybe we could take into the team draft and play on the ladder, see how it feels, and make some adjustments after that. But otherwise, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and I appreciate your support. Until next time, take care and enjoy. Thank you.